Yes, guys, welcome back to Shootout. Welcome to the favourite time of the week. Every single week on this channel, we've got a Premier League prediction show. And of course, by now, you're all subscribed. You're all aware of it. And I know you've already liked it because we got a like target again this week. 1,269 likes is the target. Eunice has something very important in his hands again today, don't you, Eunice?
Yes, I do.
Is it good? Does it taste nice?
Very good.
Eunice talks coffees. Honestly, I think we need to have a show where we just go to coffee shops and see how many we can drink before you lose the plot.
Yeah, why not? We can review coffees, you know? We can become quite the coffee connoisseurs, should we say.
I'm laughing just at the idea of him laughing. That's when you know you got a great partnership
No,
going.
you know what? I'll be honest, this hasn't hit me yet, but it will. And you guys are going to be here for it. So
I'm going to predict about midway through discussing West Ham and Burnley, you're going to be like, well, I don't know what to say here. So you're going to have a little laughing fit.
I agree. Something's going to happen.
We've got a big weekend,
We'll
though,
stay
mate.
tuned.
A huge weekend.
We do.
This is Tottenham Man United is where we're going to start.
Come on.
I think this is an absolute corker of a fixture, to be honest. We got some good sandwich games this week, but the beginning and the ending is lovely. Tottenham Man United though,
Good
Spurs
BLT.
a BLT, bacon, lettuce, and tomato. There we go, he's gone. Tottenham 4-0. Mickey van der Ven scoring one of the best goals I've ever seen.
He done the Zoomer.
He did the Zuma,
Except
but
he
scored the
completed
Zuma.
it. He finished.
He did. Mate, that's a phenomenal
That was a
goal.
phenomenal goal.
What do you think's going to happen here, though? Because Manchester United, that result against Forest, we parked that bus. We said it was a good result. And for Spurs, obviously, they were abysmal against Chelsea, weren't they? Chelsea beat them, if you forgot. What do you think's going to happen here?
I don't know which way this is going to go, I'll be honest. I don't know. Both teams are pretty much capable of switching it on and then just switching off. I actually can't call it. Because Man United are definitely playing a little bit better now. And that draw against Forest, they actually done something which is very uncommon of them this season, which is to go behind and then come back. And I think with Tottenham, so I'm picking the word carefully here, but very, very bipolar.
Okay.
Right.
we'll let that one go. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Very like they put in what was a stinker against Chelsea, and I feel like Chelsea set up in a way that nullified Tottenham completely. Then Tottenham showed up in the Champions League and just done an absolute madness, a Mazzolini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Top player he was, actually.
So this is the thing. I expect Tottenham to show up, and actually, I would say it probably swings a little bit in their favour. But then I expect Tottenham just throw it in the bin.
I think
This is my problem here.
Do you know what? There's always a scoreline that kind of like resonates in my brain when it comes to Man United. And I don't know if it's just a Man United of old or maybe it's a now thing. I'm going to say that this game is going to finish 3-2. And I think it's going to be Spurs that are going to win 3-2. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was 3-2 Man United. But I'm going to say Tottenham 3, Manchester United 2 is my score.
Thing is, Chelsea gave the blueprint on how to actually properly nullify Tottenham.
Bully them.
And yeah, it requires aggressive pressing, very high energy, high octane, tight, very, very tight. And you actually need to get out the blocks pretty quickly on a counter-attack. I don't know if Man United have the facilities for that in their midfield. Caicedo's instrumental in being able to conduct all of that. I don't know if United have
Mate,
got
they've
that.
got Casemiro.
He can't look at man.
He's a cement mixer, this bloke. He's quick.
He's good in other ways. So this is why I think Tottenham will probably find a little bit more space than they did against us, and this is where I think they stand a chance. But it's Tottenham. I say this every week. It's Tottenham. I'm gonna go 2-2.
It's a smart prediction.
2-2.
I
can't call it.
You could be right there. Just a reminder of the scores. It's George 5, Eunice 2 in the prediction series.
No one needs to know that.
They did. Everyone's always like,
They
got to
don't
remind
need to
us
know
what's
that.
going on.
You know.
Everton Fulham.
Let
You
us
can
know
go
yours,
first.
by the way.
You can go first this time, you know.
Everton Fulham.
Yeah.
Everton Fulham. This is okay. This is pretty neck and neck as well, I think.
Yeah, both teams are kind of, I think, I'm not going to say desperate because it's desperate. They're not Wolves. They're desperate. We'll get onto you a lot in a minute. But Fulham needed that win last week. Otherwise, it's been a very poor start to the season. Everton, it was kind of a lot of early promise. Grealish looked good, got 4 assists in 3 games or something daft, and then it's all kind of just gone so flat.
Yep.
And Iliman and Dye, do you see his goal against
beautiful
Sunderland?
goal.
Mate, that's
Beautiful.
proper Premier League heritage goal, that.
That
was Hazard-esque.
That's Premiership heritage.
Premiership, yeah, you're right.
Premiership.
Damn bloody right, mate.
For those that weren't there for the Premiership, you missed that.
Yeah, true. But I think this game for Everton, I think, means a bit more because it's at home and they need to get that home form back up and running.
I agree. Overall, I think Fulham are not in great form regardless. And I think Everton eventually will start picking up some home results. I think even Le Man for man right now, Dye is a perfect example. I think even in terms of Grealish and in terms of even Dewsbury Hall, and you'd think that they should be able to get, even under David Moyes, something going, which they showed at the start. And then it kind of fizzled. I think against Fulham is the perfect opportunity to revitalise that.
Fizzle
again.
back.
Yeah.
To fizz
back.
up.
To fizz up.
Yeah. Like a nice Pilsner.
And stick it in your coffee cup. There you are. So I'm going to go, it's my prediction.
It is.
I'm going to go Everton 1, Fulham 0.
1-0, okay.
1-0.
I'm going to go Everton 2, Fulham 1. Just to, keep things interesting, keep the goals flying.
They're neck and neck in the table as well. So this will be a meaningful game for them.
Yep, like Siamese twins, basically.
Yeah.
West Ham versus Burnley is the next game. This is actually quite an interesting one, because West Ham were very good last weekend. And I think, it's kind of, what is it? I've lost the phrase completely. The elephant in the room is not the right phrase. It's something like that, but it's not that. What am I looking for?
What are you on about?
Okay, I'm going to go down a different avenue here. They're starting to get their ducks in order.
Are they?
No, maybe. I don't know. They might be. And I'm going to say that they will be. Do you know why?
Why?
Because they're going to win 2-1. They're going to beat Burnley 2-1. And then that's 2 wins in a row for West Ham. They're going to have a nice little international break. They're going to start looking at the table. And Burnley are going to start peaking down.
West Ham should. Realistically should. I agree. And again, against Burnley. Now, these two are neck and neck in the table as well.
They are.
Burnley off the back of a loss. West Ham should be a team that operate in basically mid-table or trying to get themselves in the top half of the table. And I think they do have what it takes. I do think Nuno should be able to get something going. They just haven't shown anything up until this point, except their last game.
Do you know what they need? Bit of your coffee. There we go. Nuno.
West Ham, listen, Nuno, get some of this.
If we see any West Ham players in Dubai in this international break, because they're not all playing for England, are they? Then we can offer them some.
Can offer them like a £1,000 an hour consultation on what they have to do to improve their careers, and then just offer this as a prescription, and we're good to go, mate.
Yeah, absolutely. And we can use the money that we charge them to buy these mics for the home studio for Shootout.
There we are. Talk about a business model. Just for your content. How's that? Unbelievable.
Very smart.
Unbelievable.
What's your score? I'm going to press you for it.
My score is, okay, I'm going to trust West Ham here. 2-1.
So we're going to agree on the score.
Yeah.
Very nice. Sunderland Arsenal. Now, this is a corker. I think this match holds so much weight for both teams, personally. I think if Arsenal go to Sunderland, who have been exceptional by all accounts this season, and win and keep a clean sheet, every time something like that happens now, the noise gets louder about Arsenal's title credentials, about their defensive record credentials. And if Sunderland happen to get anything from Arsenal here, their credentials as a potential European candidate for this season, not saying top 4, European candidate, become very strong. Because if you go to Chelsea and win, and then within, 2 weeks of that, get a result against Arsenal as well, you're having an unbelievable season at this point. And I think this is a really exciting game. You've got Granit Xhaka back against Arsenal, who, by all accounts, since leaving Arsenal, has become a significantly better footballer and had a great career. What do you think's going to happen here? Because I can't see this going any other way than an Arsenal win.
I think this is going to be an interesting game. Look, this is a top 4 clash, weirdly enough. I can't believe I've said that, for Sunderland-Arsenal. Sunderland have been class. And Gyökeres is out. As we know, we don't know the full extent of his injury, but it could be a long one. I don't think that's going to stop Arsenal, though.
No, I don't either.
And I do think one thing, though, and this is where the banana skin might come in handy, right? I think Sunderland finally get Arsenal to concede.
No way.
I think Sunderland will score.
Wow. Okay.
And I think that will... And you know what's mad? I've got a friend of mine who's a gooner. And he's saying, like, right now, like, when they're watching, like, they're not even thinking about, no, let's win. Like, they got that patterned. They know they're going to win, which is mad. But they're looking and going, we can't concede. Don't concede. Please don't concede.
It becomes an obsession. And I think
it's
when
an
it's
obsession.
that point, it becomes a good thing for the... Well, not good thing for us, but I think when it's that ingrained,
Yeah.
it's like clockwork. You
Well,
know?
it is, yeah. And look, they are going to concede. Arsenal are going to concede. In fact, there's going to be games where Arsenal are not going to win either. This could be that, but I don't think Sunderland are capable. But I don't think so. I think Arsenal will probably just nick it. Defensively, they're fantastic. I don't see it really going any other way. In fact, I'm looking forward to Chelsea Arsenal. That's
the time to inflict pain.
That's going to be on us to be able to like try and halt this Arsenal train that's going through everybody right now. It's ridiculous.
If we do that, mate,
Yeah,
we're going out.
but
Big time out.
but look, Sunderland are capable here. And this is the sort of game where you can like not be surprised where a top team drops points. But Arsenal are strong right now, and I just don't see it happening. So I am gonna go. Is it?
You
predicted
first.
me. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna keep it tight. I'm gonna go Sunderland 1, Arsenal 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
Technically, Arsenal fans are going to feel like they've dropped something there because they've conceded a goal.
And you know what's mad? Can I say this real quick?
Go on.
Arsenal fans are looking at our record.
Of course they are.
Yeah.
It's the best record in Premier League history.
But this is the thing. Like when we did it, we weren't even thinking about it.
No, but it was an accident. And by the end of the season, we're like, oh, blimey. Well, we scored quite a few, but we didn't concede any, did we?
Yeah. And they're looking at it now and going, we must. The whole season, they're just like, you're not in peace, Arsenal fans. You got to live in peace. Yeah. Just let it go.
Peace and harmony
Let it
comes
go.
from letting go of
Let
the
it go.
things that you have no control over.
It's not going to happen. I hope.
I think they're going to keep a clean sheet here, and I think they're going to win 1-0.
Look, if you keep a clean sheet away at Sunderland with the way that Sunderland are playing right now, then fair flipping play.
And if you win as well, 3 points, 3 points.
And if you don't win, we've got something to talk about on Monday.
We do, absolutely. And then we've got to try and figure out a way to integrate Arsenal into the content for the whole of the international break and how records won't be broken. I wonder if we could actually do a deep dive. Maybe you guys can let us know in the comments down below. What records could Arsenal break this season that aren't just the obvious one about goals conceded? Let us know and we can debate some during the internationals. Chelsea Wolves, is there any debate here? Is there? Surely there's not.
I mean, we're just coming off the back of a non-win against people calling
That's the best way of calling a draw.
a non-win.
Non-win.
People calling them carrier bag. I mean,
the clue is in the name almost, isn't it? Like that is. We've been put in a suitcase, let alone a carrier bag.
but
Literally.
Listen, they're not a bunch of carrier bags, right? They're actually a decent. Listen, I'm coping here, but they're a decent side. Yeah, they're a decent side, and we drop points. We should be beating Wolves at home.
Oh yeah, I've got no excuses. I almost don't want to talk about this because I can't find any rationale or justification. Even if this was Leeds at home to Wolves, or Burnley at home to Wolves, or Forest at home to Wolves, Wolves are in the mud. They're awful. I had a mate of mine who's he's a Liverpool fan actually, but he went to watch a Fulham game last weekend. He went to Fulham versus Wolves, and he said it's the worst team he's ever watched in the Premier League.
Beautiful.
Wolves.
It's perfect for Charity FC Sharp on Saturday, isn't it?
Nah, mate. Honestly, this game is dependent on my sanity is dependent on this football match,
Mate.
big time.
And Wolves, as of this moment, and I can't believe I'm saying this because at the beginning of the week, I remember mentioning this on some content and I was joking. But it's actually happening. They've still not got a manager. And it's Thursday. And I'm like, are they actually going to show up to the bridge managerless? Like, that would be fantastic.
Should we play the game at the Oval so we can actually get a proper cricket score? Please.
Yeah, flip it out. Oh, Lords. When we're talking about Wolves right now, the sacking Vitor Pereira, still in the mud. Results on the floor. Gary O'Neill.
Saying, no, I don't want to come back, mate.
He's like, I'm good. Like,
Yeah.
I'll withdraw. I'm not interested.
This is bad, isn't it?
And they've still not hired anyone. flipping beautiful.
But if you're a manager, do you even want this job? Because, like, you're pretty much guaranteed to go down unless you're like some Andrew Tate level confidence bloke who's like, no, I can do it. No, I'm sorry.
And you still probably won't.
No one's keeping this team.
Apparently, they were interested in Ten Hag.
Oh, brilliant.
I'm like, can you imagine? Ten Hag? He's like, yeah, I'll take Wolves. No,
Right.
mate. When Ajax are on the brink and he could end up going back there, I'll just go back there.
If I was Ten Hag, I'm definitely, mate,
Heitinger's going to get sacked
all
any
day
moment.
long.
Surely.
Wolverhampton or Amsterdam, you choose.
So, Wolves, look, this would be a calamity. If Chelsea don't win at home against Wolves, it would be an absolute disaster, and I surely don't expect that to happen.
I'm going to say 3-0 straight away, just to make sure we get this over and done with. We can't.
And it's not even out of our just hope. Like, Chelsea are gonna have their full 11. Well, full 11. I say full 11, mostly full 11 back. No rotation. Basically the team that went to Spurs and got the job done, I expect to see against Wolves, and surely 3 points. So I'm gonna go. What are you going with?
3-0.
3-0.
Esteval, Pedro, and Delap.
2-0.
2-0. Comfortable. I mean, the confidence is it fluctuates. It's, did you say Tottenham were bipolar FC?
So Tottenham are bipolar FC. We're not bipolar. We're charitable.
That was a very good analysis from you there. That was good.
We are charity FC.
We are charity.
Yeah, against the big teams, there's no charity. Charity is locked off today. The bucket is empty. We're going to show up. And then Carabag.
It's a mental thing.
Tottenham, no, we don't do that. No, we're coming to 3-point lane. We come to take 3 points. So
we should lay out the red carpet for Wolves.
Man
and
United.
Then look at them walking on it. And then we'll turn up.
Look at all the teams. Look, Brighton. Sunderland.
No, please stop. Don't reel them off.
Carabag.
Oh,
Carabag.
No, I can't. We're going to win.
Wolves.
No,
please, no.
We're going to win. We're going to win.
Enough charity. Yeah?
We're going to win, all right? I can't. If we sit here on Monday and we're talking about anything other than a Chelsea win.
I'll tell you what, if we don't win, then our front of shirt sponsor needs to be the British Heart Foundation or something.
The NHS. Oh, man. Anyway, Crystal Palace versus Brighton is the next game. Motorway derby. This is a good one.
It's the motorway derby.
This is a good one, bro.
It's the M23 derby.
It is, mate. It is. I mean, this is one of the rivalries in football that kind of baffles me. It's a new one.
I don't get it.
It's fair.
But it's great. I love it.
If you're Palace and Brighton, you enjoy this. You have that.
How did this happen? Why do they Palace, Brighton? Like, I understand. I've driven that route before. It's legit just one straight road. But how has this become a rivalry when Brighton are on the other end of the flipping motorway by the sea? I don't understand how this has happened.
I can kind of see why, from a footballing standpoint, it would now be a rivalry, because I think we've got two good teams here. I think you've got Brighton, who have obviously established themselves as quote unquote the best run club in the Premier League. You've got Crystal Palace, who have become one of the underdogs who are achieving now. They're in European football. They're FA Cup winners, got a good side. And as we've said multiple times, this could be the season to go for it. And I think this is the kind of game where, off the back of the win last week against Brentford, this is the game where Palace really need to try and go for it. Brighton were obviously impressive against Leeds as well. But for me, this is about it being at Palace. If it was at Brighton, I think I'm going with a home win. If it's at Palace, I also think I'm going with a home win. But it is your score first, and we don't do yellow cards here in the Benson side of the table. So what do you think is going to happen here?
Well, there's one key thing to take into consideration is that Palace have a European tie and they're playing Alkmaar at home, though, which we'll see what happens.
They could walk to that one.
They could.
Could do.
But I agree. I think, again, Brighton are so hot and cold when it comes to playing home and away. And Palace are a solid team. I think this is going to be an interest. It's a 6-pointer. They're both sitting, I think, 10th and 11th.
Where Palace usually are.
Where Palace usually are. But Palace are not looking like a team that should be in that position. They should be a little bit higher, which is why we were talking about the frustration that some Palace fans have, and we get it, but the table is still really tight, so don't get carried away. 3 points against Brighton here can send Palace right back into the mix.
Yeah, top 6.
Yeah, and I think Palace will get the job done. Just.
What's it going to be?
I'm going 2-1.
I was going to say 2-1, so therefore I will change. If you're saying 2-1...
Go on, mate. You can... Actually, no, don't. Change it.
Do you know what?
Change it.
I'm going to say 3-2.
good.
I think this is going to be a real
I
good
think you
game
should
of
say
football.
4-3.
No, we're going to save
Chat.
that for another result.
Comments down below. You should say 4-3, right?
I'm saving that for another result later in this video.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what? Yeah, okay.
You see where we're going with this? Stay tuned to the
Oh,
end. You
man.
don't know which one it's going to be.
I can't believe you're going to say that. You're going to get 3 points. What a shame.
I am. Mate, I'm the boss man these days. You know what I mean? I'm turning up.
You're the boss
and-
man?
Yeah, I'm delivering.
Can I get 3 wings and chips, boss man?
You can. What flavour would you like your wings, Eunice?
Flavour? Not new flavour, mate. Just fried. Hand
You
it
just
over.
want fried chicken?
Burger sauce.
Burger sauce on your wings?
That's South London's finest
We do
delicacy.
that. We do that. Don't you worry about that. Aston Villa versus Bournemouth. Good game, this. Both teams off the back of very disappointing weekends. Bournemouth beaten at Man City. No one could have expected that, really. Or, well, they would have expected that, but nothing to be ashamed of. Aston Villa, though, were very poor at Liverpool, and that was very much a pin in the balloon for their brilliant run of form, which has seen them jump back up the table. End of the whole Unai Emery could leave. Aston Villa are in the mud. No, they're back. This is, again, an interesting one that I find very difficult to call because what Aston Villa are going to show up. Aston Villa are, in fact, at home. This is one of 4 matches, again, at 2 p.m. on a Sunday. Why have we got so many games all at the same time
I don't
on
understand.
Sundays?
What happened to like 8 games on the Saturday at 3 p.m. and then
I
all the
miss
others
this.
separated?
I'm happy that we grew up when we grew up because that was like the pinnacle of every weekend was being forced to go out somewhere with my parents in the morning.
Yeah.
But then the trade-off was we're going to put you in front of the TV at about 3:15 and you don't have to move until 7. All good, mate. No worries.
Or being on teletext.
Oh, yeah, if we really had to
CFAX.
stay out, CFAX and Teletext, you still got that. You still use that app.
Page 316.
So good, isn't it? Unreal, mate.
Come on.
Unreal. Oh, this is a tough one
Listen.
to call, you know.
Aston Villa, Bournemouth. You know what? I don't. I'm going to say something a bit bold. Bournemouth, I think, are going to face a moment now of a little dip.
Oh, should we put that in bold, underline, and italics?
Full on.
Full on, okay.
Right. They're currently 5th. I expect them to now go through a little bit of form where a few games where the form dips. And Aston Villa are the perfect sort of team where I think they don't pick up a win here. I think Aston Villa at home will get a job done. Now, Bournemouth are more than capable to go to Villa and get a result. But Villa, you're right, both are on the back of losses against City and against Liverpool. And Aston Villa, I think, are going to bounce back from that result. Bournemouth, despite their quality, and we've outlined a couple of their lads that have been fantastic so far this season. Semenyo, of course, your boy.
Yeah. You think he might have a little injury, though?
Yes.
Which could be a hindrance to Bournemouth.
It could be. And this is where, look, Bournemouth, I don't think, in terms of the squad, bearing in mind it's still early in the season, but this is where I don't expect them to just keep this form up for the whole season. They're going to fall at some point. You know, you look at the table, they're not going to stay 5th. They're going to drop. And these are the sort of games now where I expect Bournemouth to start knocking it down a notch. So I reckon Villa to get a result.
2-1, Aston Villa.
2-1?
Yeah. I think you're right. I think Villa are going to win this game. I think this is a big one for them because they were poor against Liverpool. Liverpool were very good, don't get me
I
wrong.
was surprised, yeah.
But I think Aston Villa were on such a good run. I think Morgan Rogers is going to score 2-1 Aston Villa.
2-1 Aston Villa. I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to say 3-2.
3-2.
Yeah.
All right, we've got some goals. We're still waiting for the 4-3. What game's it going to be? Is it going to be Brentford versus Newcastle? It could be, you know. Brentford-Newcastle has the capacity to be goals galore.
True. Can I just say about Newcastle?
You can.
Their Champions League form is outstanding.
Amazing. Really, really good.
It baffles me. How is it that Newcastle in the Premier League, normally it's like kind of reverse, right? For a team like Newcastle, they'll show some good Premier League form, they'll go to the Champions League, struggle. These lot have got it on the complete other flipping end of the spectrum. Premier League, so hit and miss, some poor performances here and there, some great performances here and there. They go to the Champions League, win.
Yeah, and they've played well in
whacking
every
these teams
game.
out of the way, and they play well, and they're looking efficient, and they don't even concede much, and they're in the top 8.
Yeah. Serious.
Fair play, Newcastle.
Brentford also have been pretty serious at home. This is a really tricky one to gauge once again because with Brentford, I feel like they can concede a lot of goals. I think going forward, they're still very strong. And you're right, with Newcastle, what Newcastle is going to show up? Is it going to be anything close to the Champions League Newcastle? They were very, very poor against West Ham last week, and that was off the back of a midweek Carabao Cup win against Spurs. So I think this is a banana skin for Newcastle. I don't know if Newcastle have been good enough this season for me to call any fixture a banana skin. I think that's me giving them a bit too much credit, perhaps. But I wouldn't be surprised here if Brentford get a win. I can't go first because I don't do yellow cards, but it's
Unbelievable.
this is a close game. There's going to be goals here, though. I'm convinced by that, just to try and sway you in some direction.
They're both sitting 12th and 13th. And I don't know why, in the back of my head, I've got this thing where Newcastle play in the Champions League, I expect them to struggle in the Premier League straight after. And you're right, Brentford at home are definitely a lot more dangerous. On paper, I want to think Newcastle go and actually get a result. But I can't. And funnily enough, like we've said, there's a lot of games this weekend where teams that are right next to each other are playing each other.
Yeah.
So this is another 6-pointer. I'm going to call it a draw.
What is the score?
I'm going to go 1-1.
I'm going to go 2-2. I think there'll be more goals than 2 in the entirety of the match. I don't think that's a bad result for either team at this point, really. I think Newcastle...
I think it is for Newcastle.
A bad result.
Newcastle needs to get themselves back up the table a little bit. And like I've said, it's still quite delicate, but you can't just stay there now. And the gap, as the Premier League gets played, the gap's going to start increasing now from where they are now to the top 6, let's say.
The league is taking shape, as they say.
Yeah, so Newcastle need to start picking up some wins.
They're not going to this weekend,
I don't think they do
both of us. Nottingham Forest versus Leeds. What a huge game this is at the bottom of the Premier League table. Sean Dyche, he's arrived. Things are looking all right for Forest. They play tonight too, don't they? At the time of recording on Thursday, they play.
Yes, they do.
Conference League football, I think. Europa League football, sorry, tonight.
Europa.
And Leeds United are kind of in need of a goal. Is it going to come? I don't know. Which alludes to my score prediction for Man City Liverpool, if you're smart. But Forest and Leeds, this is a huge crunch game for both teams. And I think as a result of it, we might end up with a snooze fest. Some games
Do you reckon?
Yeah, some games like this could actually either be like enthralling, entertaining, emphatic, 3 E's, or they could just be like, well, you're not going to watch this one when you've got the M23 derby at the same time on a Sunday. Do you know what I mean? I'm gonna start with a score prediction. I'm gonna go 1-0 Nottingham Forest. Clean
So you're
sheet.
going for a Forest win?
I am. Yeah.
Same. Leeds, we've spoken about Leeds and how they are when they move forward. Like defensively, they're actually not a bad side, but they're not clinical enough. I don't think they have enough output. And that's gonna hold them back. But Nottingham Forest under Sean Dyche are going to be hard to get past anyway.
Yeah.
I don't see Leeds scoring. And as much as I think Leeds might even dominate the game, I don't see them getting through. But I see Nottingham Forest just
Switching on.
just moments
Clicking
and then
the fingers.
scoring. So I agree. And you know what? I'll go one step further. You said 1-0.
I did.
I'm going to say 2-0 Forest.
Convincing.
2-0
And that's
Forest.
making it tight near the
Sean
bottom now.
Dyche to really get Forest going now. Proper
Shawnee football.
Brexit football.
And that's a win for West Ham and Forest, according to both of us, which would really bring Burnley and Leeds into the mire, the mixer, the cement mixer, the bottom.
And this is like, you see with Burnley, you expect them to maybe be in that sort of place. Leeds, I think, have what it takes to not get sent back down. They just need to, and I don't think they have a solution up until January, but they just need to sort that attack out. If they sort that attack out, they will be a mid-table Premier League team.
Let's see. Man City, Liverpool, the game of the weekend, I'm going to say it is huge for both of these two sides.
Massive.
The credentials that could be there as a result of a win here for both teams are massive.
Yeah.
Man City at the moment are kind of the most likely chaser for Arsenal, I think, at the top of the Premier League. They've got the most informed player in the world in Erling Haaland, who is
what a lad.
Just outrageous. He did score against Dortmund.
Yep.
Didn't get the hat-trick that you called, but he did score, and Man City did win 4-1, which I do believe was what I said it would be. Or I said 4-2, actually. Close enough.
You did.
Very close. Liverpool beat Real Madrid 1-0, kept a clean sheet, shut the door. Not that they had much to do defensively.
How's that happened, by the way? Can I just say, like, and let us know down below, because this is a shootout and we get to actually say this sort of thing. I think La Liga are in the mud.
Big time.
And
Barcelona 3, Club Brugge 3 as well.
Mate, but what is going on? Liverpool, of the form that they've been on, and not to say that they're a rubbish team, they're not. Man for man, we know what they can do. And I think Slot was smart this weekend by going back to the midfield that works. I think that's the whole point and the whole key to getting Liverpool to play in good again, or not even just good again, but just to pick up some results and bring some stability, is having that 3-man midfield without trying to basically force Verts in. Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, McAllister has to remain the way that it is, and that brings so much stability. What he did, though, is actually use Verts off the flank.
Off the left, yeah.
And he's played there before, but I didn't expect that to even be a thing, right? But Real Madrid, I thought, would dominate, pile pressure on, score, put them on the back foot. It just didn't. They looked toothless. No, absolutely toothless.
If anything, Liverpool deserved way more goals.
They did, yeah. And we knew Courtois put in a clinic. Fair play to him. And on the other end of the spectrum, Barcelona and their struggling result. La Liga, you're just not as good as the Prem. Sorry.
Yeah, it's time.
This proves it.
When you look at Bayern Munich and Dortmund this season as well, the Bundesliga deserves credit now.
Yeah.
To be, I think, on at least, I think just ahead of the La Liga, the way it's looking.
This is it's going to be an interesting one. Seeing how Real Madrid and Barcelona do in the Champions League, we'll get into that. But Man City are setting a level now. Man City have put themselves back to, I'd say, where they were. Yeah. Now they've picked up some rhythm. Haaland, Shirky,
Foden looks like he's a player
Foden
again
had
this
a quality
season.
game.
Yeah.
Quality game against Dortmund. So I don't know if it's Pep going back to type on like how things used to work. I think Shirky is, like we mentioned last time, Shirky is looking like an instrumental key.
I think when you compare him to, say, a Florian Wirtz, for example, this game actually, based on the narratives of where these teams are both at right now and the futures of both sides, Shirky is what? A quarter of the price of Florian Wirtz?
Yeah.
And
no, even less.
Was it 25 million?
25 mil.
Insanity. Like, that was an obvious bargain when Man City signed him. Like, Chelsea were interested, would have loved to see him play for us. I would have loved
Shirky.
But I think it's just a matter of time before Shirky's the key, Haaland is the car.
Exactly.
This engine is going to fly at some point. Turbo.
It's already starting.
And I think this is the game where it actually takes off.
Yeah.
And I said to you, I wasn't clickbait. I didn't make you stay until the end for no reason.
You're actually going.
Well, am I?
Are you?
Don't know. I'm not allowed to go first.
Damn it, man. No, this is. Nah, you know what? I need to bring out the dark arts.
It could be. I mean, 7-goal thriller. I haven't said who I think it's going to be.
I need to bring out the dark arts.
If Man City score 3 goals, then it could take off between Shirky and Haaland, but they might not win.
You know what? Look, the aim for this season is to get him booked.
Halas.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Yeah. If you've got any ideas as well, let me know down in the comments.
Well, don't, because I read them as well.
Don't worry, it's fine.
Send Eunice a private message.
Right,
his number is
Hit me up on Insta. I see a Man City win comfortably.
Comfortably? We're putting Liverpool under the bus on a regular basis at the moment.
Now we are. I'm going to go Man City 3, Liverpool 1.
Wow. Well, I'm going Man City 4, Liverpool 3. I'm sticking to my word. I feel like this is going to be one of those just like... I don't know if this is more just out of hope than anything else. I want like a proper Barclays Premiership, like, crazy game.
You just want basketball.
I want basketball football. I want it to be Strictly Come Dancing. No one knows how to go on the ice. Just give me chaos. Give me just nonsense. I want it all. I want it to be 4-4, really. I think Haaland's going to score 2. I think Foden is going to score. And I think one of the centre-backs will score for Man City. And they're going to win 4-3. Why not?
Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Absolutely. If I get this one right, you might as well not show up for next week's predictions, mate. If I'm honest. If this game is the one that tips me over the edge for another win this week, 4 in a row, what are we going to do?
I think this is
look like Liverpool at this point.
Mate, no. I think this is the one where we get to see things starting to swing into my favour.
I'm looking at the scores. There's a lot of goals this weekend, a lot of big games, and we've agreed on a lot of results.
Yes.
Not necessarily a lot of scores. So, as always, stay tuned to Shootout. We'll be live tomorrow for Wolves versus Chelsea, or Chelsea versus Wolves. And then, obviously, the Liverpool-Man City game is gargantuan on Sunday. We will also be live here on Shootout. For that one, any last words from you, Eunice?
No.